Eala aims to get even with Valentova in Qatar Open. Manila, Philippines. Alex Eala will start her climb to the steeper WTA 100 Qatar Open against a familiar foe in Teresa Valentova of Czechia in round 1, eyeing sweet revenge after bowing via sweep last time out. The Doha tournament, WTA's first 1,000-level event this season, already got going Monday at the Khalifa International Tennis and Squash Complex, with Eala being assigned to day 2 against a qualifier that ultimately became Valentova. Valentova, a twin champion in both the 2024 French Open girls singles and doubles, lived up to her lofty billing as the number 1 seed in the qualifiers by beating Aussie Arina Rodionova, WTA number 210, 6-2, 2-6, 7-6, 3, and German Eala Seidel, WTA number 83, to advance to the main draw. Thank you, Abu Dhabi. A time was had. Next stop, Doha, said Eala Sunday, sharing a series of scenic views upon arriving at the Qatari capital, including a photo with close friend Zeynep Sönmez of Turkey. Eala and Valentova are shoulder to shoulder in the WTA rankings, Eala at number 45 and Valentova at number 44, making it one of the interesting matchups in the 64-player main draw featuring a bevy of buys for top seeds. Game time and court assignment are yet to be determined, but the 20-year-old Filipina pride has nothing bigger in mind than to exact vengeance after absorbing a 6-1, 6-2 defeat in the Japan Women's Open last year. Should Eala pass the test of the 18-year-old Czech, she would be in for a possible clash against 2023 French Open finalist, world number 19 and Qatar's number 14 seed Karolina Muchova of Russia, who's up against number 35 Jacqueline Christian of Romania in the round of 64. World number 4 and reigning champion Amanda Anisimova, number 3 seed, of the United States, then is projected to wait by the third round of the loaded upper bracket that also includes world number 2 and 6-time Grand Slam champion Iga Swiatek of Poland, number 8 Jasmine Paolini of Italy, number 10 Alina Svitolina of Ukraine and number 12 Linda Noskova of Czechia. Eala's good friends in Sönmez, WTA number 49, and Janice Chen of Indonesia, WTA number 47, are also in the same bracket as newly minted Australian Open champion and number 2 seed Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan headlines the bottom half. The lefty sensation is expected to be buoyed by a strong Filipino crowd once again similar to the WTA 500 Abu Dhabi, where she beat Sönmez en route to the quarterfinal stint and teamed up with Jen for a double semifinal finish. Abu Dhabi became Eala's third straight playoff appearance to kick off the season with a bang after a Final Four finish in the WTA 250 ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand and last 8 stint in the WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open. It will be the first WTA 1000 tournament for Eala, who also had her Australian Open main draw and ruled the Kooyong Classic exhibition in Melbourne last month, as direct entry after a magical run in the 2025 Miami Open as a wildcard. That campaign marked by wins against the likes of Swiatek, Madison Keys and Yelena Ostapenko, all Grand Slam champions, skyrocketed Eala's career to enter the top 100 and later on top 50. As per the WTA Live rankings, Eala is currently at number 40 leading to Doha with 1244 points and could rise higher given another deep campaign. At stake in Doha is at least 65 ranking points and a $26,000 purse if Eala reaches the second round, possibly getting her to top 35. She'd settle for 10 points and $18,300 with an early boot for a plateau at top 40 to 45. Eala faces a busy stretch after Doha, strutting her stuff back in the United Arab Emirates at the Dubai Tennis Championships on February 15 to 21 and the Indian Wells, BNP Paribas Open, on March 4 to 15 before a grand return in the Miami Open on March 17 to 29. The Doha air carried a strange mix of sea salt and ambition, drifting across the Khalifa International Tennis Complex as the Qatar Open settled into another long night. For Alexandra Eala, the lights felt brighter than usual, not because of the crowd or the cameras, but because of a memory she hadn't shaken loose. Valentova. The name surfaced like an old echo, soft but insistent. A match from the past. A loss that didn't scream heartbreak, but whispered unfinished business. Tennis losses often do that. They wait patiently, tucked between practice sessions and airport lounges, until the moment feels right. Tonight felt right. Eala sat on the bench before warm-up, fingers tightening around the grip of her racket. She watched Valentova on the opposite side of the net, calm and methodical, the same composed presence that had once disrupted Eala's rhythm. Back then Eala had rushed. She had wanted the win too quickly, as if effort alone could bend time. She knew better now. Doha had been good to her this week. The courts played fast, rewarding precision and courage. More importantly, she herself had changed. Months of grinding practices, of learning when not to pull the trigger, had refined her instincts. She no longer chased points, she built them. When the match began, it wasn't dramatic. No thunderous winners, no early breaks. Just long rallies, 20 shots, sometimes more, each one a test of patience. Valentova played her familiar game. Clean lines, sharp angles, pressure without panic. The same game that had once forced Eala into mistakes. But Eala stayed. She absorbed the pace, redirecting the ball deep, letting the rallies breathe. Her feet moved lightly over the blue court, her balance steady even when stretched wide. When she missed, she reset. No visible frustration. No conversations with the past. The first set tilted on a single game at 4-4. Valentova attacked the net, confident, but Eala slipped a passing shot down the line. Late, fearless, perfect. The crowd murmured. On the next point, Eala didn't rush. She waited, then lifted a looping forehand that landed inches from the baseline. Break point. She converted it not with power, but with patience. Valentova blinked first. As Eala served out the set, she felt it, not arrogance, not relief, but clarity. This was no longer about revenge. It was about proof. Proof that growth is real even when no one is watching. The second set came harder. Valentova adjusted, stepping inside the baseline, cutting off angles. Eala dropped her serve early and for a moment, the old doubt knocked at the door. The kind that asks, what if the ending stays the same? Eala answered by slowing everything down. She took more time between points. Bounced the ball once more before serving. Looked at the strings of her racket as if they held instructions. The game came back to her in pieces. One solid hold, one long rally one quiet fist clench. At 3-3, the match tightened. Every point carried weight now, and the Doha crowd leaned in, sensing a turn. On a crucial rally, Valentova tried to rush Eala with pace. Eala countered not by matching speed, but by changing height, spinning the ball high, forcing discomfort. The error came. Then another. Eala broke serve again. When the final point arrived, it wasn't cinematic. No diving winner, no dramatic collapse. Valentova sent a backhand just long, and the line judge's call echoed through the stadium. Eala stood still for a second, as if checking the moment for accuracy. Then she exhaled, walked to the net, and shook hands, respectful, composed, complete. The scoreboard told one story. But the real one lived elsewhere. Getting even didn't feel loud. It felt settled. As Eala walked off court, the Doha lights followed her, but she wasn't chasing them anymore. She had faced something older than this tournament, something quieter and